So I made Bird Game 3 real, and every single change that was made was based on your comments. We've got online multiplayer, we've got fighting, we've got bird classes, abilities, an actual game mode, and yeah, it's getting released to Steam soon. But how did we get here? Well, you may have seen an AI game floating around called Bird Game 3, and here's the secret: that game isn't real. I know, shocking, but still, there were thousands of comments asking for it to be made. Possibly hundreds of thousands, maybe millions. So I thought, fine, I'll make it. And it started in Blender where I made the first birds. We had a robin, a very bad hummingbird, an eagle, and this very cursed pigeon. Then we just throw them into Godot and make them fly. Pretty easy, right? Any capable developer can do that. How do I make my bird fly in Godot?
Hello and welcome to my YouTube tutorial on how to make a bird fly in Godot because you're stupid and you don't know how to do it yourself. You're stupid.
Okay man, hold. And boom. They now fly. So naturally, I touched upon the environment, as it was looking kinda So we got an island, water, borders, rocks, trees, and bushes, which are just tree leaves because I'm lazy. And honestly at this point, it's basically a AAA game. But there was one small issue. There was actually no gameplay. I mean, all you can do right now is just fly around, fly up, fly down, fly left, fly right. In case you haven't got it already, you can only fly. So I added nests. And what comes in nests? Eggs. It's eggs. And now you can steal the eggs and bring them back to your nest. Boom. Gameplay. So I recorded a couple of clips, threw it on TikTok and thought, this is just a small side project. No one will care if a bird game is 1 million views. Right, guess I'm making this a real game now. And the first thing I did was read your comments. You said add multiplayer, so I added multiplayer. You said add fighting, so I added fighting. You also said change the graphics. Fine, let's change the graphics. And yeah, I'm making this sound easier than it actually was. Because multiplayer was a pain. And making an aerial melee fire is just so janky. But eventually, it did work. However, we have another problem. Animations. I never really planned on animating these birds, so none of the models were actually made for rigging. And in case you didn't know, game characters are usually modelled in a T-pose. My birds? Well, relaxed, wings down, totally chill dude. Terrible decision. So I deleted the wings, redid them, and rigged everything properly. Then I just added a few idle animations and flying animations. And since we have the skeletons now, that meant one thing. Ragdolls. Because if a game doesn't have ragdolls, is it even a game? And with the basics done, I moved on to the abilities, which honestly saves the game. The eagle got an eagle dash, where after a wind up, they dash and roll at double the speed. If you hit someone, they do take a lot of damage. And for the robin, I didn't really know what to do with him. But his red belly did remind me of a bomb, so now he explodes. And do you know what else is red? The subscribe button. You should click it, it might explode. Then came the shoe bill. Now people really wanted the shoe bill. And yeah, it's a pretty big bird, so that gave me the idea to turn it into a tank. Slow movement, high damage, and an ability based on damage reflection. What does the shoe bill's ability do? Well, if you hit the shoe bill, you get hit back.
Wow, this does not seem balanced.
I hear you say. And I reply with, yep, it's not. But neither is the robin. And honestly, that might be the point, because if everything's broken, nothing's broken. And at this stage, the game felt complete. So I added a bigger map, a score system, a timer, and team-based gameplay, where every elimination moves the bar, and stealing eggs moves it even more. Classic red versus blue. And do you know what else is red? But that's where Bird Game is right now. There are still lots of birds to add, more abilities, more very cursed things. But the real question is, what should I add next?